Hello, guys. Greetings. Good morning, and trust we are doing well. I'm here to give us another broadcast, and it borders on the shared bounty and the blog the administration just released yesterday. If you're tuning into my broadcast for the very first time and you are new, welcome to my channel. I would appreciate it if you can subscribe to my channel so that you get yourself informed about the events that are going to unfold in the community with time. Now, the reason why having to give this broadcast is because I said I was not going to be that consistent in giving broadcasts because I believe the community should know their left from their right at this point. But I came to realize that the community does not still know their left from their right. Not all. Some already knows, but some still don't know their left from their right. And it pains me what I see on the Telegram groups. I see statements that means that they are not paying attention, and I do not know what's going to happen to them because if you're not paying attention in this community, I don't know how far you are going to go. And at some point, you may get frustrated and fall out. And that's the reason why I think I should give this broadcast so that people will understand. Whatever thing that happened this month, it really pains me that what happened this month happened. But it wasn't the members' fault. It wasn't the administration's fault as well. Because if he had seen it, he would have corrected it before he went on the second row. Nonetheless, he has reviewed things and things are actually going to work out well. So I'm not going to waste time. I'm going to go straight to the point, address the matter as I should address it. And I would want you to please listen to what I have to say. Even though you think you have already known it, there are some things you may think you have known, but you may be wrong. So please stay with me for the next few minutes. Let me guide us on what we need to know. All right? All right. So remember to like the video as well. Remember to share so that people can get to know. And then if you haven't subscribed yet, do well to subscribe, okay? All right. So this is the blog that the administration gave. Now, I want to remind us that we are still in a school, and the intent of this school we are in is to see that you become financially free for the rest of your life. How long will this take? I have no idea. Is it up to 10 years? I don't know. Will it be more? I have no idea. But one thing is certain, if you are consistent in this community, you are going to get rewarded for your consistency and efforts that you make. That's all. All right. So, what are the requirements of a good student to be on top? Number one, paying attention. Number two, if you have been following my channel, one of the things you should take note of is that I try to be as detailed as possible. Okay. Now, I'm going to, as much as possible, be detailed in this broadcast. The administration made some statements here which were wonderful. Please, a good student should, first of all, make sure that you have watched this video, the founders meeting that was held this Wednesday that passed. Now, after watching it, do well to watch the previous video that I did yesterday. Okay. And there was just a slight, mistake I made yesterday. What was the mistake? The those who don't have downlines between 0 to 4, I said that they were to gain $185. That was a mistake. It's supposed to be $285. So I'm correcting it in this broadcast. So what I'm driving at is a good student should be able to follow their lecturers accordingly so that they don't miss out, because I see in groups people are having what you call an old information and they are not even willing to get themselves updated. All they want is how to get money from the system. I want you to know that you're in for a very rough ride if you are not keeping yourself informed, because the state of your mind will matter in this community over time. If you have waited for long and you're not seeing anything and you do not know why it is done that way, you get frustrated and then you fall off. So everyone should please inform themselves. Nobody can force you to inform yourself. Like this saying, you can take a horse to the water, you can't force it to drink water. It's in its will to decide whether to drink or not. If you are going to succeed as a billionaire in this community, you must pay attention. If you are unwilling to pay attention, you will not get to that level. There are a lot of checks and balances that will soon be coming in for your own gain. You better prepare yourself so that you won't say you are not informed. On that said, now we are going to begin this update. So I want you to listen and listen carefully. Now, I am pleased to announce significant updates to our shared bounty program effective from January 6th onwards. Now, leading up to the eagerly anticipated February 6th payouts and beyond. Now, these changes are aimed at enhancing your experience and maximizing both short and long term benefits. Inclusive participation. Now, say goodbye to the training wheels program. All participants qualify between January 6th and February 5th, 2024. All members making their USDT payment automatically qualify for shared bounty. This inclusive approach eliminates the need for two downlines to participate, while having qualified downlines is encouraged. It's no longer a prerequisite. However, we do provide additional incentives for those with more qualified referrals. Now, I want to still refer back to what I said yesterday. Meritocracy. It may not be very clear yet what meritocracy is, but people will begin to notice a difference. For instance, okay, you are an individual who has three downlines, and you have a friend who is part of us in the community, and then he has zero downline. You are going to discover that there will be a difference in what you are being paid over time. That is what simple meritocracy is. The system needs to grow. And if you are not helping the system to grow, the system is not supposed to give to you what is given to others when others are doing a good job to help the system to grow. It has to balance out. So if you are just feeling comfortable in your comfort zone, paying your subscription fee, and you feel all is well, I just need to keep paying my subscription fee, and that's all. I don't need to bring in anybody. I want you to know that you won't receive the much that guy, even though you are on the same cadre, even though you're on the same lower cadre. There are two cadres. There is the upper cadre, there is the lower cadre. 0 to 4, lower cadre, 5 and above, upper cadre. So even though you guys are on the same cadre, it will be funny to think that you are having no downline and you came in before this person, and you are expected to gain more than the person. The system is checking to see people that are helping to grow the community and will also bless them accordingly so that they will be encouraged to do more. It doesn't mean all of you are not going to get to the same level. Now, once you get to $285, you have maxed out. But it will take a shorter time for those who have more downlines to get to that level and remain at that level if they don't want to move into the upper cadre. But those who are having zero downline, it will take a longer time. The bottom line I'm driving at is that everybody will max out, whether you're on the upper cadre or the lower cadre, everybody will max out. But the speed at which they will max out is dependent on how many downlines you are able to put into the community and grow the community. Now, that is what this inclusive participation and other contents are all about, which I'm going to soon address. So stay with me and listen as I say so. Now, this inclusive approach eliminates the need for two downlines. Listen to what the administration is saying. So having two downlines is not necessary. Sorry, it's not compulsory, but it's necessary for the growth of the community. Now, you'll be lying to yourself if you are in this community and you think that all you have to do in this community is just pay your subscription fee and mind your business. Then how are we going to reach out to the world? How are we going to grow our membership base to our economy phase? Is it just by paying and keeping quiet? Well, yes, you can do that. The system will reward you, but not as much as those who are making efforts to grow the community. While having qualified downlines is encouraged, it is no longer a prerequisite. Now, you are going to discover over time that emphasis will be laid more over time. We are just at the beginning stage, and remember that we will keep metamorphosing. So I would advise everybody that are in this community to prepare their minds to spread the good news. You can't be in this community and all you are doing is you are silent. You want to be a billionaire, a lonely billionaire, eat the money alone, and then other people will see you and worship you because you have the rich money and nobody has the money. You don't want them to know about it. I think it's not fair. Yesterday in my broadcast, I was talking about witchcraft. Witchcraft is where you take advantage of people against their will. The system is giving an open playground for everybody to participate. And as a human being, it's one thing to tell someone and the person turns it down. And it's another thing not to tell the person at all. Are you being afraid of being rejected? I don't know what it is that may be holding you back. But in this community, you must tell people about the opportunity. And you should also take into consideration your target audience. There is going to be target audience. Who are target audience? Target audience are people that you know are capable of handling this. Who are target audience? Target audience are those that are computer literate. Target audience are those who are savvy, tech savvy. Target audience are people that are financially able to handle their monthly subscription fee, at least for the next 6 months to 1 year, with ease. That's what your target audience are. Target audience are people that are not withdrawn. Target audience are people that are open and they are confident about what you are introducing to them. Target audience are people that are able to forgive and let go because mistakes do happen. That's target audience. So it's a part for you to play, finding who your target audience are. The truth is that we are in search for gold. Human beings are now gold in our community. We are looking for gold. And of course, to find gold is not easy. So everybody in the community who will become as members should be able to fulfill the requirements of gold. Gold stands the test of time. People that will be in this community should stand the test of time. They should be consistent, they should be diligent, they should be disciplined, they should have empathy for each other, not apathy. Empathy means you know what's coming. The financial system is bringing in what you call a stiff measure for people to thrive. These things, when you have them at the back of your mind, it will push you to go out and speak to people. And when you do so, you begin to get downlines naturally. So, however, we do provide additional incentives for those with more qualified referrals. Now, maximizing instant bounties. Pay close attention to all these things admin is giving because he's a man of few words. But I'm there to expound whatever thing that you are seeing here so that you understand exactly what he's trying to say. Because the administration expects you to think. Now, the administration, I can liken him to be a lecturer. Now, you can liken me to be a teacher, not just a lecturer, because there are people who teach, there are people who lectures. Some of you who are graduates of higher institutions, you understand what lecturing looks like. Let me cite an instance. A lecturer does not go into grassroots. The lecturer expects that if you are an engineering student, you went through primary school, you went through secondary school, where you became a science student, you went through all the necessary basics, practical classes, and all that. You have the foundation. Now, when you go into higher institution, the lecturer just tells you refer back to, and then from there, it's a building block to what he's trying to say. That's what the administration is. The administration does not go into details. He just goes on surface and expects you to go and do some digging. And that's what everybody is expected to do. Now, my part is to make sure that I remind you and I take you back to the foundation to show you what your foundation is, because many of us are not good at checking our foundation. In fact, many of us are not good at being studious. So my part is to make sure that I guide you, and if you follow me accordingly, it will be difficult to make mistakes. It will be very difficult. Okay, so let's keep moving. Maximizing instant bounties. To achieve greater success together, we emphasize the significant impact of recruiting more members and obtaining referrals. More recruits not only contributes to the overall growth, but also directly influences your instant bounty. So at this point, the administration is emphasizing growth for the community that will be beneficial to you through your instant bounty and also to the community at large. Now, equal opportunity for 1,125, which is everybody having the chance to get that. But it is your mind that will limit you. All members have the chance to receive a maximum shared bounty of 1125. The distinguishing factor lies in the additional instant bounty of $10. Now, for instance, or for example, person A with 50 referrals will receive an instant bounty of 500, while person B of 100 referrals will receive 1,000. These instant bounties are received as soon as your referral makes payment And on the 6th of every month, you receive the shared bounty allocation. Are you getting it? So you are getting an instant bounty that is immediately, and then on the 6th of every month, you get your shared bounty. Now, as long as you are able to keep your downlines where they are, and you are able to teach your downlines to duplicate, in my instance of yesterday's meeting, I talked about teaching your downlines to duplicate, not just telling your downlines to keep paying subscription fee. That's not fair. You should teach them to duplicate. You should have to train your downlines to become an evangelist. An evangelist is someone that spreads the good news. From my own point of view, this is a good news for people to understand that forever they will be financially free and that they won't be subject to the elite control and all those 401k, retirement plans, and all those their evil, ungodly, wicked systems. No, as long as you're able to give at least 5 years of your time to this system, for the rest of your life, you are good. Some people give 35 years of their life to the system, and at the end, they are not able to account for anything. The system has been designed in such a way that if you keep your hands clean, you will retire poor. That's how bad the system is. And you listening to me knows what I'm saying. It's difficult to keep your hands clean and then succeed extraordinarily because the system has been manipulated to favor the ungodly and the ungodly alone. Now, the righteous are suffering. This system belongs to the righteous. If the righteous give their time to this and are not allowing greed to come in between them and their goal, I can tell you that this system is for them. Well, I don't know what your thoughts are, but I'm telling you what will be. All right, so let's move to the next one. Advantage of more referrals. The undeniable advantage lies in the number of referrals as exemplified by person A and person B. Those with higher counts of referrals stand to gain a sustainable greater instant bounty. Now, this serves as a powerful incentive for all members to actively engage in recruiting efforts. Now, increased allocation movements. Now, this is what I talked about yesterday, where I said that before it was moving round, but at this point, it's now dynamic. If you are bringing in more members to the community, the system is likely going to pay more attention to you, and it's likely going to give you more ROI, returns on investment, so that it would compensate you for the effort you have made. That's what meritocracy is. Now, if you are someone just doing nothing, the system will also give to you, but not as much as it's giving to the other guy, because the other guy is able to bring in 10 downlines or 20 downlines. Another thing you should take note of is position now doesn't matter. The system is going to become very competitive. The system is going to become very competitive very soon. And when you're talking about competitiveness, you're talking about the fact that if you came in at the very early stage and all you just do is sit down, relax, and you are faithful in paying your subscription fee, you will get rewards from the system. But imagine someone comes in 3 months later and the person begins to grow the community, brings in at least 4 downlines the first month, the second month, another 4 downlines, meaning that on the first level, first month, it was lower cadre, the following month, he moved to the upper cadre. The system will recognize him immediately and start paying him where he's supposed to enjoy. Now, by the third month, if he brings in, let's say, another 4 or 5, it means he's now measuring up with that guy that is up there that came in around the first time and has just been paying his subscription fee and doing nothing. So if you are seeing me, this is where that guy is, and this is where the other guy is. Now, over time, you begin to see that he begins to measure up. He begins to measure up. And at some point, he measures up to this point, and then at some point, he exceeds. I don't know if you guys are seeing me. So this is it. The guy that came in at this point starts coming up. While this one is okay, paying his subscription fee, this one is measuring up. And then at some point, they are this level. Now, there is a level he will get to, he exceeds him, and he's now on top. That's what competition is all about. That's what this community is going to give, competition. So irrespective of whenever you come in, you will start low. But if you are consistent over time, the system recognizes you and begins to give you all the necessary allocations you are supposed to get so that you can use it to grow the community as you should grow the community. Now, I'm going to read this. Listen to what the administration said on this part. He said, the shared bounty allocation per slot has been adjusted to provide more dynamic movement. Are you seeing that statement? More dynamic movement. within the allocation process. This changes enhances the rotation, allowing members to engage with more slots. So this is a very simple statement, but I've expounded on that statement. It simply means that if you are doing nothing, the system will just keep paying you the same amount, and then a little more every month, a little more every month. Now, for instance, you are getting $2, you know, $2, and at the end of the month, you are giving $10. Now, the following month, you may be giving maybe 12 or $15 or $14. I don't know what it's going to be, but it's going to be more than what you got the previous month. Now, the first month, $10. The second month, maybe you got $14. The third month, maybe you got maybe 18 or $20 because you didn't have any downline. Now, the other guy that came in, first month he got $10 because he didn't have any downline. The second month he got 4 downlines. Now, instead of him to get maybe $14, he may get something like $16. And then the third month he got maybe another 4 downlines, meaning that a total of 8 downlines. The system is going to pay him, instead of paying him something like $16 or $18, the system may just give him maybe $30. That is how the system is. While you there, you have gotten on the third month maybe $16. On the third month, that guy has gotten $30. That's meritocracy, that's distribution. That takes into consideration more dynamic movements. It's no more that circle that it will be given. It's now going to be dynamic, paying attention to those that are helping to grow the community. Okay? So that's what this is about. I hope you spread these informations. To whom more is given, more is expected. Now, to whom more is given, that is, to who works more, more will be given to him. Let me use that word. Okay? So let's keep moving. Now, we're in this one, adjusted maximum payouts. Now, the maximum payout structure has been restructured to better cater to members with varying referral sizes. Now, listen carefully to this one, because this one also took time to explain to an extent what I just said. Adjusted maximum payout. The maximum payout structure has been restructured to better cater to members with varying referral sizes, which are 2 cadres, lower cadre, upper cadre. Now, if you have 0 to 4 referrals paying into shared bounty, now you can receive up to 280 USDT. Listen, the administration say you can, not in 1 month, not in 2 months. It may not happen in 3 months too. It may be gradual, not may, it will be gradual. It may take you within 4 to 6 months to be able to max out at 280. It won't happen in 2 months. It won't happen in 3 months. I'm saying this clearly. It won't happen in 2 months. It won't happen in 3 months. It may happen within 4 to 6 months. It may happen on the 4th month. Of course, it's going to give you something worthwhile. Possibly on the first month, it may give you maybe $30 or maybe $50. I don't know. But then on the second month, it may give you maybe $80 or $100. Now, by the third month, it may give you maybe $150, $160, or $180. Now, by the 4th month, it should give you $230. Then by the 5th month or thereabouts, until you max out. Now, when you max out, you remain at that level. You keep getting $280 every month. But now, if you have understanding about the system, $280 is enough for you to be able to grow your downlines once every month. So if you are receiving $280 from the system monthly, if your 4 downlines are independent, if they are independent, which it should actually be like that, then you can just pick out part of your money from this system and then teach someone to become a member in the community. If the person doesn't have the financial means, the person should be able to duplicate. 2 things are to be involved. If you are involving someone to this community, the person must bring something to the table. Number 1, the person must bring in his financial means. The person should be able to make some contribution. Even if the person doesn't have the financial means, he should be able to bring in at least 50 to 60%, and you will support him with 40%. If you choose to take care of the person without the person raising a finger, you've shot yourself on the leg. And at the end, you'll find out that you threw your money down the drains, because the day you stop paying, the person will stop coming into the community. The person gives up on it. So don't make the mistake of making sure that you are bringing in someone, you are paying for the person, and you are hoping that the person, no, don't do that. You have to teach the person to be independent, and that means the person must bring in something. That's one. Two, the person should be able to duplicate. Now, if you are in the community attending meetings, hearing the testimonies of people, seeing how the community is growing, naturally you will be able to duplicate, because the system will induce the ability to duplicate. You'll be there and say, oh, this is beautiful. How will this be? I'm learning and enjoying this benefit, and I'm not telling my friends around. It will motivate you to tell someone around you. Now, if bringing in someone is not willing to bring, if you are bringing in someone and he's not willing to pay anything and he's not willing to duplicate, please, at that level, stop. Don't bring him in, because you are bringing in a liability. You will tie your money down. Each time you pay, if you stop paying, you've also lost. So don't allow that to happen. Make sure you are careful. Remember, I said you are looking for gold. And for you to get gold, when you're digging through the ground, you see some precious metals, but it's not gold. You have to keep finding gold, and gold is scarce. So the people that will stand in this community are seen as grains of gold. We're looking at 1 billion grains of gold, and 1 billion grains of gold means people that have the right mindset. You can teach them, but if they are not willing to learn, please, they are not the target audience you are looking for. So let's continue. Now, if you have 0 to 4 referrals paying into shared bounty, you can receive up to 280 USDT. Now, you do not need any paid referrals at all to qualify for this level of shared bounty, but we encourage you to do more. Now, each time the administration says something, he still ends it by saying we encourage you to do more. Now, the administration is, reaching out to so many people at the same time. Many people don't want to hear work. Many people don't want to hear bring somebody. That's why he's careful with the words, the choice of words. That's why he says there is no responsibility. Of course, the system will pay you. But like I said, if it took the one that has referrals 6 months to get there, and you who doesn't have referrals, it may take you 1 year to get there if you are consistent. That's how the system is designed. If it took the one who had downlines 6 months, you who don't have downlines, it may take you 1 year, or maybe 1 year and 6 months. That's how the system is designed. That's what meritocracy is. If you want to fasten or you want to fast track your time of maxing out, then you know what to do. That's why he said, but we encourage you to do more. I hope what I'm saying is making sense, because many of you, when you begin to see the results, you begin to tell the admin, but admin, you said if you don't do anything, you'll get, my friend, my colleague, or my downline is getting more. My downline is being paid more than me. But have you seen how many downlines your downline has? How many do you have? I don't know. So I want you to understand that it's an independent race, and everyone should work to make sure that they succeed in this system. If you choose to do nothing, well, the system will take care of you. But remember, it's dynamic rotator, not the one that is going around. Now, unlocking the full potential. If you have 5 or more paid referrals, allows you to earn up to an impressive 1125 USDT in a single cycle. Like I said, it's not once. It doesn't happen instantly. It takes time, depending on the community growth. Now, this is the unlocked tier that many of you already qualify for right now. So quite a number of us in the community are having over 5 downlines. And look for an upline that is energetic. Look for an upline. Don't be sentimental in this community, because your faith in this community is dependent on how your upline takes information and follows through those information. Many of you are just being sentimental. He's my friend, therefore let him be there. And then you are not gaining anything from him, and you are losing everything because there is no way he's impacting you. Now, these informations that I'm giving is not all the informations I give to my own downlines. I take my time to teach my downlines what they need to know and prepare themselves so that they are not taken aback or taken unawares. That's what an upline should do. Is your upline doing that? If your upline is not doing that, then check it, because we are moving into an express road. And when we get into that express road, a number of people will have crashes. And the crashing is because they were uninformed. And by this time next month, we have started on that race. And I'm hoping that none of us will miss out. So you have to make sure that you choose who you are going to listen to and you choose who you are going to work with. Because if you make the wrong choice, it's the choice you made. Now, let's keep moving. We're almost done. Maintenance of slots. Now, your hard earned Sorry about that. Now, your hard-earned slots are secure as long as you remain an active participant and pay into the shared bounty. Your slots will be maintained. Only accounts abandoned for more than 90 days risks losing their slots. If you can remember the early days of SBC, TBC, where the system says that you will lose your TBC if you're inactive for 90 days, something of that nature. So the standard of the community still remains. Those who refuse to be in the community for 90 days, they stand a chance of losing out, meaning that they will lose their spots. And losing their spots means they are coming again. We are looking at living men and women, not dead. The elite system is dead. That's why that note you are carrying belongs to someone that is dead already. And it belongs to a depth-based system. Let's not go into those details. Retention of position. You will not be removed from the position in the rotator that you have already achieved in this new cycle or in the new cycle. However, members exceeding 90 days of inactivity risks losing their position to maintain the integrity of the rotator. We encourage all members to make an effort to remain qualified. So the administration is trying to tell everybody, wake up, let everybody be active, because if we're going to say we're having 1 billion active members, everybody is taking part in the shared bounty. Notification system enhancements. Stay informed. The dashboard notification system will remind you of your KCBO payment due date, linking you directly to your referrals, ensuring clarity on your eligibility for high tier payouts. Now, you will want to monitor your referrals if you are on the unlocked tier to make sure they keep you qualified for higher payouts. Okay, now gradual earning growth. Consistency and growth are the keys to success. While new members may not reach maximum limits immediately, please listen to this, listen to this, listen to this. While new members may not reach maximum limits immediately, those who join from the program's inception and stay consistent will experience rising allocations each payout month. Now, the expansion of our participating members will result in more bounty share allocations for all. Now, I want you to be very clear. Competition will be in this game. Enhancements will continue to come in. And the competition does not make you a grandfather. You came in before everybody, therefore you are going to be there. And then every other person, will you get there before. There is no guarantee that you got whatever you got and that you will get there before everybody. If someone else is smart enough to grow the community faster, in 3 months' time, the person will be on top of you. If what you are doing is just remaining where you are and you keep your downlines, you must grow. That's the bottom line. And as you grow, the system also pays attention to you and blesses you accordingly. Now, emphasis on recruiting and retention. The heart of our shared bounty program lies in unity. Now, the latest adoption rewards those with more referrals. Listen carefully to this one. Listen carefully to this one. The latest adoptions reward those with more referrals, highlighting the importance of recruitment and retention. So this one has said it all. Let's work together to fill slots and expand the rotator to its full potential. Share the blog with your referrals so they know that the sooner they participate, the sooner they will build a passive income. Okay. All right. So now, in conclusion, your current position on the rotator is secure, and by actively seeking more recruits, you not only contribute to the growth of our community, but also maximize your instant bounties. More referrals will undeniably place you in a favorable position to enjoy the full benefits of shared bounty, making your efforts even more rewarding. Let me say it again. More referrals will undeniably place you in a favorable position. I have said this before, but the administration now is bringing it out in a subtle way. More referrals will undeniably place you in a favorable position to enjoy the full benefits of shared bounty. So he has clearly said it, making your efforts even more rewarding. So this has been said clearly, but people will read it and they will just not make a whole lot of sense into it. So it's up to you. If you choose to stay where you are and you are content with what you are getting, it's okay, fine. But you want to get to that actual level, you want to get to it on time, you know what to do. Recruit. Now, the structure of the shared bounty earnings and the current values you have achieved will be graphically displayed in your KCBO before the end of this cycle, showing your current allocation and the slots in your sphere that help build your shared bounty payouts. Remember, success in the shared bounty program is a journey. Remember, success in the shared bounty program is a journey. It's a journey and an overnight and not an overnight achievement. Stay consistent, recruit actively, and watch your earnings grow. So the information is clear. And remember, over all else, you do not have to have any referrals to participate, but he will always end it. But it would be much better if you do. So the conclusion of the matter is the administration has said what he has said. He doesn't want to scare those who are just comfortable doing nothing. He will reward them as he should. He will definitely do so. But don't think you are going to get more than the person that is working. It is meritocracy. Okay? So I'm not going to go into this. This is a summary of what he has said. This is the summary. But if I've read this to this point, it means I've done a good job in explaining it. It's now in our hands to run with it. If you choose to do nothing, well, that was the choice you made. If you choose to do something, then that's also the choice. I also anticipate that in a few months from now, the community will start growing very fast because there will be people who are given to growing the community fast, and the system will reward them abundantly. Remember that each person you bring in, you're also giving 1,000 SBC. And the person that you bring to the community also gets 400 SBC. Yeah, so this is going to be something that new members will benefit from very well, especially those new members that are bringing in independent downlines, not downlines that they are paying for them. They are downlines that are independent, taking responsibility, paying for themselves, studying the system, attending meetings, asking questions to their upline, and doing what they are supposed to do. That's exactly the people that are going to gain from this system. So the system has been modified to accommodate everyone. It's now up to you to choose the path you want to follow. So I'll stop at this point. I believe I've been able to explain things as it should. So if there are questions you want to ask, do well to ask your questions. I will answer your questions. And if you are still among those in the community having animosity and you are bitter about the mistake the administration made, then I don't know if you are having a family. I don't know if you have a wife or you have a husband. Because if you are a married person, you should know that offenses will naturally come from your spouse. And if you keep getting offended, then I don't know how long that marriage is going to last. So offenses must come, but the heart with which you absorb it is up to you. If you choose to hold back, then it's the choice you made, and then it will spoil your whole experience, and then you fall off. Forgive and let go, move forward, because there are opportunities the system has for us that we are going to enjoy very soon. I don't want to go into the banking system and all that. I want to reserve that so that when it's time, the admin will throw more light on it. All right, so please do well to like this video, do well to subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet to my channel. And it's only one person that made a statement, which is Brother Matthias from Uganda, that has faithfully followed me. And I really love this guy for his faithfulness. In fact, he's an ardent follower of leaders in this community, in love and in respect. So my brother Matthias, I thank you for being in this broadcast because I know you are still listening to me. You are really doing a good job. God bless you. And any other person that watched this video, God bless you as well. So do well to like, share, subscribe to my channel. I will see you again some other time. I believe by this weekend, you are going to see your SBC wallets. Only the active will see it. If you are inactive, nothing for you. You have to be active to see your coins and to enjoy the benefits that will be coming in consequence most. Please, if you haven't watched my previous video, do well to watch it so that you'll get understanding about everything I'm doing. Love you guys. Cheers, and God bless you. Bye for now.